What's up, guys? It's RVP. I just put out a video showing you how to fill out your bracket. Now I'm going to show you how I filled mine out. I'm going to start up in the South region. I'll go region by region all the way down to the championship game. So Virginia is going to obviously win this 116 matchup to the #1 overall seed. Creighton and Kansas State should be a good game. I'm going to take Creighton in this one. The game predictor has them winning, and I just like them a little bit better to have that edge over Kansas State. Now, Kentucky and Davidson, it's kind of a popular 5-12 to pick Davidson, but I think Kentucky and Arizona will both advance. They're both ending the season pretty hot. Now, Miami has struggled, 7-5 in their last 12, while Loyola Chicago, 11-1 in their last 12. I think this is the 11-6 upset that you should take. At least if you're going to take one, take this one. I think Tennessee advances there as well. There's Nevada and Texas. Should also be a good game. I think Mo Bamba and Texas advance the second round, and so does Cincinnati. So now we have UVA and Creighton. I'm going to take Virginia easy in this game. And I'm also going to take Arizona over Kentucky. Kentucky 7-5 in their last 12, but they did great in the SEC tournament. I think Arizona was underseeded. I think they should be a 2 or 3 seed. I think they'll advance. Tennessee over Loyola Chicago as well. And I think Texas might give Cincinnati a run, but I think Cincinnati advances. So we have kind of a chalk Sweet 16 from this bracket. I'm going to go Virginia over Arizona. And I'm also going to go with Tennessee over Cincinnati, just by a hair. So that sets up an Elite 8 with UVA and Tennessee. I think Virginia's the best team in the nation. Best RPI, second in BPI, 11-1 in the last 12. UVA to the Final Four from the South region. Now we're going to head down over here. Xavier obviously advances. I'm going to go also with Missouri. I think with Michael Porter Jr. back in the lineup. Missed him all year. I think they might be able to make a deep run in this tournament. 5-12 OSU against South Dakota State. I think I'm going to go with South Dakota State there to advance as a 12 seed. Gonzaga also advancing. I think they have what it takes to go deep in the tournament as well. Now, Houston and San Diego State is going to be a good matchup, I think. I'm going to go with Houston after almost knocking off Cincinnati in their conference tournament. Michigan as well is coming into this tournament very hot. I'm going to take Providence over Texas A&M in the upset, and of course UNC. Back up Xavier and Missouri. I'm going to go with Mizzou to take on Xavier and defeat them. Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the difference, and I think that takes them to the Sweet 16. Gonzaga will advance as well. So will Michigan and North Carolina. So chalk on the bottom. Now we got Missouri and Gonzaga. Gonzaga has won their last 12. I think they will advance to the Elite 8. Michigan UNC should be a great game. 2 elite programs. And I think Michigan coming in the way they have after winning the Big Ten tournament as a 5 seed, I think Michigan has what it takes to get to the Elite 8. So then we'll have Gonzaga and Michigan. And I think Michigan makes it to the Final Four. So we'll have UVA and Michigan. And we'll get back to that later. Now up in the East, obviously Villanova. I'm going to take Virginia Tech over the slumping Alabama Crimson Tide. West Virginia and Murray State. Murray State's been playing well. Let's see this one. Obviously, West Virginia, higher RPI, higher BPI. I'm going to go with West Virginia, but a close game, I think. And Wichita State Marshall. I said in my previous video, you have to take one low seed, or you should take one low seed. But I think Wichita State will get it done here. We'll take Florida over the Bonnies or Louisiana. Texas Tech wins. So does Butler. And so does Purdue. I'm going to take Villanova to make it to the Sweet 16. Walking all over Virginia Tech. And I'm going to take Wichita State, the Shockers, over West Virginia. Florida, Texas Tech. Both teams kind of slumping coming into the tournament. And I'm going to take Texas Tech. And I'm also going to take Butler with the upset over Purdue. I think they have what it takes. They've made deep runs before in the tournament. They'll do it this time. I think Texas Tech advances to play Villanova in the Elite 8. And Villanova, by far the best team in this region, will go to the Final Four from the East. I'll take Kansas over Penn, Seton Hall over NC State. I think New Mexico State can get it done against Clemson in a 5-12. And this is the bracket I think will totally blow up. I think Charleston will take on Auburn and defeat them. So it'll set up a 12-13 in the round of 32. I think either ASU or Syracuse. I think Syracuse might win that game. I think either team will beat TCU. They haven't won since February. And I think Michigan State. And then the bottom there, URI and Duke advance. I think Kansas is the most vulnerable 1 seed in the bracket. And I think Seton Hall, if they can get past NC State, I think they might be able to pull it off against the 1 seed. I'm going to take them over Kansas. The second 8 seed I have beating the 1 in the round of 32. Now we get 12-13. I think New Mexico State advances from this one. So it sets up an 8-12 in the Sweet 16. I think Michigan State gets it done. And I think this should be a good game. I think URI might be able to pull one off against Duke. So we got an 8-12 and a 3-7. I think Seton Hall beats New Mexico State, and Michigan State setting up an Elite 8 matchup, which sends Michigan State to the Final Four. So 2-1-3 matchups in the Final Four. I'm going to go on the left side here. I'm going to take Virginia, and I'm going to take Nova. I'm going to take 2 1 seeds to the final, and I think Virginia has what it takes to get it done. 6-0. Both of these teams undefeated versus top 25. They swap 1 and 2 in the RPI and BPI respectively. And I think UVA is the best team in the nation. And they are going to cut the nets in San Antonio and win the NCAA championship. I think it's going to be, 70-64 I'll pick as the final. And that is my bracket. Thank you guys for watching today. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Peace out.